Welcome to the Hell's Kitchen After Show, where it will be 3 and then down to 2. Let's get it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey! What? Don't let me get my move on. What? Let me.
Hey,
Oh.
By the way, this girl can sing. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw all over Snapchat. She
yeah.
took it over.
that's Lynn.
Yeah,
I was
she
just
took it
like,
over. She sang every song. Like everyone. Like she sang all the songs.
I'm gonna stab you with this pen.
What's up, everybody? It is the one and only nation's finest Hell's Kitchen After Show. We are here wilding out because we're so excited. First of all, we only have one episode left. It's going to be the finale. 3 chefs go to 2. It's crazy in here. We got food. Ooh, we have charcuterie. Did I say it right? Charcuterie. What? I know what I'm talking about. Yo, it's your boy Lim Gonsalves. As always, you can find me on social media at The Poet Saint. Next to me is the one and only songstress extraordinaire,
It's true.
Miss Rhavin McSweany.
I hate everyone. Hey, it's Rhavin with the B here at B Stays Busy. BIZZY is where you can find me.
All day, every day.
Woo, woo.
Well, of course, she was gone last week, and we let the nation know that we missed her and her food. But she is back, ladies and gentlemen, once again. It is the one and only Maria Provenzano.
I mean, you know what? I will say I felt very loved, though, that I was missed. But I mean, I try to buy your love with food, and apparently it worked.
Yes.
So, hey, guys, I'm Maria Provenzano. You can find me at Maria Provenzano on Twitter, and all my information will be there, including my website, FromScratchWithMaria.com, where you can find the recipe for these epic s'more bars.
Epic.
I have put so many hours into these things just with testing, so I am so excited for everyone to try them.
Yes, I'm excited that I tried them, and they were good in my mouth.
I haven't had it yet.
But on the end, holding down the anchor, as always, my A1 since day one,
Oh, nice.
Mr. Frank Moran. What's up, man?
Not much. I'm going to put a s'more in my mouth. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do. You can follow me on Twitter and tell me how I look as I eat the s'more at Happy Go Jackie.
Yes, man. This is great, man. But, you know, we have other people in the building. They're black, and they are strong. Fight the battle. Yo, she's been here twice before. She is my favorite guest in the entire galaxy. In the galaxy. She is here. She is braided up. She is ready to go. She has her lemonade on fleek. Ladies and gentlemen,
my God.
it's the one and only Chef Ariel Malone.
And this is all because of her.
All because
she did
of
all
her.
of this.
All of it, and I'm so excited. I want to eat all of it like right now, but then I don't want food like flying out of my
It's
mouth.
like in front of you. I'm like here. Like you could like sneak it to the side.
Yeah.
I'm
We
like,
can make you a plate.
I could.
Yes,
I might do that when I'm not talking. I'm gonna do that.
I am.
I want to know what's
talking?
the
Look at
dip.
the pickles.
You know
Like
what?
who doesn't want
Ain't
a
nobody
pickle
asked
in
you.
there?
I love
And what is the
cornichon.
juicy? Is
Wow,
the juicy
that just went a whole different direction.
What's this?
What's the
That is,
juicy chutney?
Chutney.
No. I was just like you said, juicy. That is chestnut honey.
Chestnut
honey.
what?
Oh,
And
yeah.
homemade mustard.
What? Okay.
Homemade?
We're gonna take a break from filming for 2 seconds. No, joking.
Yeah, cornichons,
Just
we
play some
have
music
like
in the
a
background.
brie soft cheese, and then a Parmesan /
Yes.
cheddar hybrid,
Right.
right? And then a blue cheese. I learned all this from Chef Ariel. She explained it to me as she was doing it, as I was stalking her while she was doing it. And then the cured meat, I think a variety. There's like prosciutto, looks like a spicy one, right? And yeah, so a whole bunch
like
of
a
stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
I had the catch on. I was drooling.
That's right, yeah.
It just looks really good. And
It's beautifully done,
we're
too.
gonna really dive in. While we're talking, I'm going to try my best to sneak stuff in when I'm not talking. But in the meantime, she also has her bodyguards here, so we want to give it up for them, holding it down, you know, because she's so famous now. She carries bodyguards with her.
Oh my
gosh, I heard you were like
This is
selling.
my manager and my hype man. Okay.
Chef's a hype man
Actually,
too.
my sous chef,
Sous
really.
chef, yeah.
Because
He
can handle my attitude.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
Right,
the
exactly. We're going to talk about the
attitude.
attitude. But anyway, we're going to get into it. So it's we're going to start off. It's actually start off with some Haitian, a little bit of Haitian jumping off. Kristen and Ashley were getting together, and they were kind of conspiring and said, "Hey, we want it to just be the both of us." And they were kind of talking about our girl Ariel, and they said
Everybody can't handle
basically that her attitude might mess her up, I guess, in the future, or if she was to win. So what do you guys think? Well, Ariel, you didn't hear this in live
Wait,
time.
I'm still curious why you said Haitian. Like, were they doing voodoo?
No,
Like,
just no Haitian. When I say
Hateration.
hate, they were hating.
I thought that was it, but
Okay,
I was
because
going to
I
put
was
them on
like,
blast,
where
but I'm
does
glad you brought it up.
I didn't say
I'm
they were
waiting for, like,
Haitian.
what-
I thought there was a lot
No.
of viewers that were probably like, what is Haitian?
No,
Okay,
no,
the
no,
hateration.
the hateration.
We making up his own
exactly.
words.
I condensed it. Don't hate. Celebrate. Anyway.
Let's not proceed.
As I
into
was
Haitian.
saying,
just
so
eating.
you didn't hear this in live time, but then you watched this, so you didn't really know that they were saying this. Had this been kind of going on since it was the three of you?
No, like people are good at like making you think that like everything's copacetic, but like really in their head they're like, yo, this is how I really feel.
Right.
So
Right.
Well, they know who's
I really
the threat
didn't
is.
know that.
Sure.
I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know that, which is good too,
Yeah.
because like they shouldn't act like intimidated, and I would just like be bad. So
Right.
it's like, I don't know. I guess I don't know how it
Well,
feels.
it's obviously a competition, and you are threats. And you've been a threat since, the beginning. So obviously you have these other two people who also are strong, but they see you as a threat. And I think the whole thing is wanting you gone, so it's just them two.
It was just kind of a surprise for me because like people were like, oh, like what's your strategy, or did you like what were you trying to sabotage? And I'm like, I didn't really have a strategy, just because not that I didn't feel like I was a good competitor, but and I know it was a competition, I just didn't really go into it like, oh, this person's a threat, I gotta eliminate them. I really honestly was not worried about anybody else in the competition. Like I was worried about just cooking my ass off, being a beast in service. Like I really wasn't worried about like this person's better than me or that person's better than me, because not that no one was better than me, but like we all have our strong points. You know what I mean? Some of us shine more at certain things, and at the end of the day, like you need to shine when it comes to flavor and being a leader, not like how gritty and nitty you can get.
Right. Gritty and nitty.
Gritty and nitty.
Doesn't matter.
They always talk about. They always talk about like on Hell's Kitchen, like sabotage. A lot of chefs go, "I'm going to start sabotaging." This chef in the kitchen. When you're in there cooking, can you tell if a chef is actively trying to sabotage you, or it's just like an example of like, oh, they're just having an off night?
Like I said, I don't really like pay attention to other people. Like it's like if you're like fucking up on purpose, like I'm just gonna pick up your slack. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're trying to sabotage me, so I'm gonna let it. Like I'm just gonna pick up your slack, because at the end of the day, like service has to happen. It's the same way in a restaurant. Like sometimes, like if a chef maybe favors somebody, or someone's just a better line cook, some of the other line cooks will try to do things to sabotage them or purposely ruin their mise en place. And like when I first started working in kitchens, like people would like give me tasks that weren't part of my task, and like I was new in the kitchen, so I'm like, shit, I have to do this and I have to do my shit. Like so I'm just like, I gotta work extra hard. Like shit, I can't even go out tomorrow night because I know I have to do this person's work and I get to work in the next day. So I just kind of was raised that way, to like not pay attention to everyone else and just make sure that service goes as smoothly as possible.
Focus. There it is.
Yeah, and you
There it
weren't
is.
catty about stuff, which I loved so much. You were just kind of like, right? Which is probably why you got so far too, because you didn't let it get to your heads, like Ashley. But you know what I mean. That's what I think is. Sorry, Ashley.
It's okay.
Don't watch this.
It's all right.
Don't watch it. Don't really watch it.
You should watch it, but
Don't watch it.
just don't hate on me.
Right. It's all good. It's
No
all good.
Haitian. No Haitian here.
No Haitian. No Haitian.
It's an
Exactly.
Haitian. I was like, did he mean?
Yeah. You know what? Don't act like you've never heard that
We
before.
have not.
No,
And that's
no,
right.
you know, it's-
Look,
it's
everyone
going-
is shaking their head. They have not.
Really?
What
Don't
did
worry.
Didn't you make that
See,
yourself?
you were confused too.
Yes.
Everybody's. I've said that so many. I haven't said this on the show.
No,
You don't have
but don't worry, we're not
What
going to
you
forget
did
it.
say on the show is that Danny was your favorite, though. You did say that.
I said what?
And then you try to take it back when I was here.
Wait, hold on. Wait, why are you bringing up old stuff? First of all, you constantly bringing up old stuff. Stop it. Just because you got braids now, stop
swinging
it.
us
You know what I'm
like
saying?
love.
Yes.
From the booth, I can confirm that is not a term.
Thank you.
Haitians are people from Haiti. Yes. They're not haters.
I know that.
I know. What is that? What are you saying about
Unless you're
people
trying
from
to like
Haiti?
generalize as a whole Haitian.
All right. You know what?
Haitian
Let me tell you
like-
something. Okay. First of all of y'all can eat some charcuterie. That's all I gotta say. Okay. Let me keep it like that.
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Well, I tell you, I'm Haitian that bread is so far away from me. I can't.
Let me get you.
All right. We're going to just keep moving on. Forget it. Okay. I'm going to just keep it to myself next time.
Here.
Y'all understand. I'll give you a manual
Ooh,
next
all
time.
right.
You know how I'm talking.
Well,
All
I'll take
right.
some of the Parmesan.
Do that.
Yeah.
All right, so we see that's the three of you guys. You guys are outside, and this motorcade pulls up, and some men in black looking people like come out with briefcases.
Yeah, and I like they said they drove 5 hours with everything from.
Right,
No, I'm
right.
sure they did.
Of course they did, yeah.
These 3 slices.
They
of
threw
meat.
around the corner and threw some dirt on them. It's like, come on, let's go. Right, it's TV. So they open up one of the cases, and it has a whopping $250,000 in it, and that is to symbolize because the winner gets, your commitment, and the salary is $250,000 or $250,000, as I like to say, because it makes it sound better, right? Yeah. And so then the remaining contestants have to pick one, and I love how Ariel was like, "I'm picking one." Can I? Wow, that was very loud, Frank. That's
No
how
more
you feel?
bread, guys. No more bread
That's
on
how
the
you
show.
feel. That's how you feel, Frank. Can you just really? It was so loud. Like it was so loud. You guys should use those earphones. You can hear how loud it was. All right. So anyway,
I'm gonna use it.
So Ariel
Just eat it.
has to choose number 3, and we find out once the things are chosen, it ends up being cuts of steak. So 3 is a New York strip, and then Ashley chose 4, and was a fillet, and Kristen chose
Ribeye.
number 2, and thank you. There's a ribeye, and so they have 40 minutes to make that, and then 2 sides. So to me, and I understand obviously the reason why was because where they're going to be working at BLT Steak is a steak house. So
Right.
if you don't know how to cook steak, then
Not a steak
something
garage.
is right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? I see y'all just gonna get on me today.
Sorry.
I try to be cool
Well,
with
let me interrupt
everybody.
you because this is to you too. In our
Oh, the chat. Oh, the chat.
Yeah. So Jazz41173 says, I have heard him say hateration before, but this time it did sound like Haitian.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, I just shortened. I just took the ER out. All I did was shorten it. Can I
make
not
stuff
say?
up, okay?
You know what? I can do whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, thank you. They have 40 minutes to make that in 2 sides. So,
And I did like that Chef Christina said, be menu-minded, which I thought was
Right.
a nice kind of way to frame it all.
well, sure. I mean, you have to be able to know what you're doing as far as this goes. Because to me, if you fail at this challenge, you don't even deserve this job.
Yes,
I mean, and
totally.
I love how they did that.
There was a problem with someone.
There was a problem. There was a problem. So we find out that the guest judge is Chef Ari Rosenson, who works at Cut in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
And Maria, you said you've been there?
Yes, I have been there, and it's probably one of the best steaks I've had in my entire life. It was, and the whole, it was actually about 7 years ago when it was pretty new. At that point, it was Beverly Wilshire and Beverly Hills.
Right.
And I did not pay for it. My dad took us there for my birthday.
Word.
Because it is probably the most expensive steak I've also had in my
wow.
entire life. So I don't know if Ari was there when I was there, but the restaurant itself is wonderful.
Really good.
Yeah.
Well, if Chef Ariel wins, then maybe she can take us all there to celebrate. Yay!
Because she'll be recently cashed up.
I mean, I feel like you already got wings at Pop.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on, wait.
I'm sorry.
Really? I see where this is going.
He's
I see
having
where
a
this is
rough
going.
night.
A lot of
I am
Haitian
having
going
a
on. A lot of Haitian going on towards the end tonight.
You know what? All right. It's going down. All right. Here we go. So
I'm going to eat my loud bread now.
all right. So
Making me sweat.
did you know?
I'm sweating. It's the red wine. Okay, sorry.
All right, so Ashley ends up with her steak. She ends up grilling a poblano pepper, and she has mixed vegetables, and she says they're sexy like her.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Okay, no comment. Our guest Ariel has her steak with corn and spaghetti squash. So I'd like to know what made you. Was it good? Was it good?
You could ask like anyone in my family. I love spaghetti squash because it's
I
just
love spaghetti squash.
like nature is
Can
so
you explain
beautiful.
how
Like,
that is?
Who would ever think that you cut open a squash and there's bleeping spaghetti
Yeah.
inside of it? Like it's just awesome.
So it comes like that, and you just prepare it.
Oh.
Yeah, so like I like to roast it. I guess you could boil it, but
Yeah.
I think like roasting is just the way to cook like pretty much anything. So
Especially
just, like,
vegetables.
Yeah. So just like roast it, like salt and pepper. I do all types of stuff. Salt and pepper. Sometimes I use like sesame oil. I put some ginger in it, garlic, cinnamony. Like this one, I think it was like pomegranate seeds and bacon.
Yeah, you had bacon in there. I remember.
Definitely.
I was like, oh
bacon.
yeah,
I think it was like bacon and pomegranate
I'm gonna do that.
And
Such a good idea.
Yeah.
just like herbs or whatever.
Wow.
And so it's just cool. Like
Because it's slightly sweet, it's pretty earthy, and
like-
so
yeah,
the
exactly.
balance of the bacon in it is just so smart. I'm like, how did I not think of that
pomegranate
before?
just like pops.
Pop, yeah.
And then it's like really good. And it's easy. I like things too. You can just put in the oven and like
Forget
set
about
it and forget it.
But just the reaction from Chef Ari and Chef Ramsay when they're eating them, and I just like, man, I thought they were really digging it. It's like, all right, she's got this on lock.
Yeah, you know what I loved was the pineapple.
Tell me about
the
it.
pineapple on top. I wanted to ask you about that. I was just like, that's so, because the sweetness of pineapple with the like savory steak.
love
just
grilled pineapple.
I mean, yeah, how can you
That
not?
was before I even lived in LA. Oh, that was before I even lived in LA and knew that it was like a thing. Like, well,
Really?
I guess it's kind of like roasted with the outlet
Right.
store. But yeah, and if it's funny though, because like Chef Ramsay's like asking me like, so what's in this? And I like named so many ingredients.
know.
He was like, all right.
Well, using the
But-
technique
came
of
out
using
good.
what was it, the butter or whatever from the corn,
Yes.
putting it on the
Yeah.
I love that because it kind of ties everything together.
That
It
was
looked
a
really
winner
good.
dish.
It
That was a
looked
winner
really
dish
good.
to me.
Amazing.
Looked really good. Kristen did hers with bacon and gorgonzola, like potato puree, and like asparagus. So pretty cut and dry. And so with spaghetti squash.
Well, I got her to cut, so.
Right. Exactly.
But I think that was just
Exactly.
his preference of what kind
And
of
that's-
meat he liked.
But
or-
that's also like when Chef Christina said, keep in mind like being menu minded. Like
Right.
BLT is a very classic steakhouse.
Yes.
Like blue cheese, potatoes, asparagus, mushrooms. Like those are things
So
that,
that
are typical.
fits.
You know what I mean? And I'm clearly
You're outside of the
you
box.
guys know exactly. I'm like okay, that's like steakhouse stuff, and it's
Right.
like, what would I want to eat?
Right.
Like I don't want like even if I go to a steakhouse, I'm kind of like if I'm
Right.
dropping this much money, like
Yeah.
I want
You
you guys
better
to
come
think
with something
out of the
different.
box.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Keep the same maybe flavor profiles, but change it a little
Yeah.
bit.
But it's
or-
about elevating it, though, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about elevating it. So.
And putting your style in
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So, as we said, Kristen did win, and so her prize was Ari got to cook for her at the restaurant. And I like how Ariel, you guys are out there, and of course.
Oh yeah, this is funny. I know what you're gonna say too.
This says, Chef Ramsay would have more fun with me, and also he's a handsome white man.
Yes.
So she's like, that is one handsome white man.
Handsome
And he
white
let
man.
me sit my butt cheek in his Bentley. I was like, listen, chef.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
can I, like,
Can I just?
Wait, when did that
chill?
happen?
Like, I just put one cheek,
Yeah.
like maybe at half
We
of
didn't
one.
see that.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They
We
didn't
didn't
show
see
that part.
But that was dope. That was
They
dope.
didn't show that part,
That's
yeah.
better to talk about stuff
Right.
that we don't see anymore.
But
Exactly.
that happened.
That
just
did
so everyone
happen.
knows,
So you
like, I
got one
to
butt
sit.
cheek, one butt cheek on.
It was actually both of them.
Oh, it was both.
And my feet, like,
Oh,
it
really?
was like, yeah.
Oh, it was cracking.
Did you
And
get
then he was like, all right, let's go. We gotta go. I was like, all right,
Get up out of here.
Exactly.
Get to your punishment.
But
But I mean, Kristen didn't actually dine with him, so.
See, that's the thing that killed me about that chance, because I thought, like, she goes to the restaurant, she meets her loved ones.
Right.
Chef Ramsay
Right.
said with her mom or dad. And I thought, like, would you rather see your family in that situation, or would you rather have the whole time with Chef Ramsay?
Chef Ramsay.
Why couldn't you have both?
Chef Ramsay.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the sake of the challenge, yeah.
Well, if it
No.
was me and my mom, then it would be like my mom and Chef Ramsay.
Right.
Like, I would just be like,
Yeah.
well, she would be like, so anyway.
Right.
Right, he's so
As you were
cute.
saying,
Where'd you get
right.
that?
Such a handsome white man. Just love
Well,
to
my
say
mom's
that.
white, so she probably.
Right.
Like,
She
I'm
would
down
just
with
say,
the chocolate, so.
Like, yeah, man.
We can talk about that all
Right.
day.
All
day.
Disney. Okay, so speaking of family, though, I love when they came back, and she's like, "Yeah, so I got to
Do
see my
that
family,"
salt.
and she's like, "Wait, what did she say? What did she say?"
It looked like you
She's
was
like,
about to pick up the knife.
"Yeah, I got to see my family. I got to see my mom and my dad." She's like, "What?" Oh, I didn't know that was happening. Your face, like, first of all, the whole season, your
Of course.
face has been priceless. Like, when
The
they found out when
expressions.
2 people were eliminated, that was the best moment. And her eyes, like, oh, like, have you guys seen Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure?
Yes.
Remember Maud?
I showed
Remember the like when she says.
Is there a pic to see?
My
You know what I'm
brother
saying?
made a meme of me
It
with
did.
the picture.
But remember, it was large. Was it Large Marge? And she was driving. And she's like, and she turns around, her eyes bug out. Yo, son, that was hilarious. That was great. I love that.
You know, it
I
was
love
also
that.
funny, your impression of Kristen in that moment, too, when she was just like, yeah, I saw my family.
Yeah, that was great, too. That was great, too.
She was mad
Just
or
so
not.
bad. She was so bad.
I was definitely like, cause I was
Yeah.
like, so
You were touched. You were a
really
little
it was more
touched.
because it was like I knew her dad was there,
Right.
but I'm like, oh wait, your mom's
Your
here?
mom was there?
So,
That's
like,
how you-
That means if I would have won, I would have seen
Right.
Aw.
someone I wanted to. See.
Exactly. As opposed to y'all. Like,
So I was like,
right. But it's all good. You know, she comes back. And so we get into service. And so as, you know, in true fashion, you see Hell's Kitchen, at this point when it's 3 chefs, each person gets a run at the pass because it's going to get down to the 2 so I, you know, find out how anybody can lead. And so Ariel is actually first. And it was interesting because, you know, you got the sabotage and you didn't know it was going to be a sabotage because you said, I don't watch the show, so I don't know.
Right.
So were you really thrown, like you really had no idea that that was going to happen?
I really didn't know.
You didn't know. And obviously the squash parade was good.
But it's also, well, first of all, because it's like, as a chef, like, I mean, I guess that maybe if your line cooks hate you, but you wouldn't think that your cooks are going to sabotage you.
Right.
So you're checking for fresh, making sure everything tastes good. So
Right.
you're not like, oh my, you know, and in addition to the
You
fact
said
that like,
it tasted good.
it tasted awesome. But it's also like, so say I had a butternut squash risotto on the menu, and for whatever reason, produce, like, all the butternut squashes, like, shriveled up. I would, like, have to substitute it for something if I didn't
Right.
have the ability to change the menu, whatever. So
Right.
it's normal, like sweet, but anything orange
Yeah.
that's sweet that kind of can taste the same way if we roast it, and, you know what I mean? Make
Yeah.
it
I was
happen.
Gonna say
Yeah.
that. Right.
That's what happens in restaurants, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's all, and it tasted really good. It was like, it was brighter than the butternut squash. It was
Sure.
carrot puree,
Right.
but like it tasted good and it looked awesome.
Now, as a chef, because I would,
These people.
yeah, get it's
like
great.
that.
So I'm just a question: would they taste similar? Like, is there a similar taste? Because it seems like they would taste similar, not the same, obviously, but it would be a similar taste.
Not the same, but yeah, I mean, when you
Similar,
like kind
yeah.
of make like purees, like a roasted root vegetable
Uh-huh.
puree, like I mean, they all taste different, but it's
Right.
a carrot and a butternut squash.
Right.
I feel
They're
like carrots are a bit more earthy. Butternut squash.
They're sweeter.
Yeah,
I think they're sweeter than more earthy, but also like the color was a big
color's
thing.
a-
Like
Right,
carrot,
right.
like the I don't know, maybe the carrot just has like more beta carotenes, which is like
Sure.
holds the color better. But that was really the giveaway was the color because
Right.
I did say I'm like, oh, this looks like at least I don't know if I said it out loud, but I said to myself, I'm like, the color's like not the same.
bright, yeah.
But I taste like I said,
Right.
I
It
tasted
tastes
it.
great.
You know what I mean? So
Feed the people.
Well, and
Right.
you guys you taste so much during service. I'm
That's
just like, do you guys go to work hungry all the time? So because you get full during the you know what I mean? Because you eat so much.
I mean, it depends the kind of restaurant you work in.
Okay.
Like there, like a lot of times, just like I wasn't hungry because I woke up every morning and made myself breakfast.
Right.
Like everyone else was putting makeup on. I was like, you know what? I know that like I have to at least go to service, but I'm
No
gonna come
one
out
has
there.
time
Gordon
to be
Ramsay's like, you have to
hangry.
climb Mount Everest and
Right.
then make dinner on top of Mount Everest and then walk down backwards and serve me with your eyes closed. So
You don't want
I'm
to be like Joe, because Joe was just snacking while he was cooking.
the lobster. That was so bad.
All the food. Is there any food left? No. Sorry.
I would be
Sorry.
eating the lobster though
Yeah,
too. I
that
mean,
was
especially
right.
the claw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you. Lobster tail is not the move.
No, it's
Like,
not.
lobster
It's
claws
claw.
are so much.
The claw is better than the tail.
It's so it's just softer.
And he
okay.
wouldn't have
It's like
choked had it
sweeter
been
and
claw instead.
softer.
And he wouldn't have choked, yeah.
Okay. So it's looked like after that, you know, the whole sabotage fail or whatever, everything seemed better after that, and you were good to go. We have Kristen who's next, and her test
My wine's
is
almost gone.
there was no duck cell in one of you said you said it's under the table. There was no
Yeah.
duck cell in one of the Wellingtons, and that was something that was also visual too, because the way I looked at it, you could see that there isn't. And I don't know, how do you? There was no taste on that though. You didn't. She just
It's just more
it was just
appearance.
look,
All
right?
visual.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
I was like,
duck what? Duck sal? I thought it was like a mushroom thing that's normally in
It
there.
is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called Duxelle.
okay.
Duxelle.
Oh, duck cell.
Oh.
I didn't
Okay.
go to culinary school, so don't quote me on the spelling.
Quotes.
I can't even spell regular.
Okay, but that I was
thought it
I
was
was like,
gonna
they
be
put
spelled.
duck in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's just like you like cut the mushrooms up fine,
Okay.
and then you cook it till it's like dry, so it's like not
Okay.
mushy with like usually like some
And
time.
then it binds together the puff pastry and the meat, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's kind of just like
there,
added
yeah, it's
flavor. It's
hilarious.
like
Oh, just
added
add
flavor.
flavor.
Yeah, like.
But
you
I mean,
can
it's
just,
between
like,
it though, right?
It is in between.
Yes, that's what I meant.
So
Yes.
added flavor and like moisture too.
You know what?
Yeah, don't start Haitian. That's right.
I'm trying not.
Hashtag. All right. So, also she has problem with Ashley not being responsive. She had a second test that she did not do well, where it was Capellini was on the menu, and she said, "Oh, Capellini," and it hasn't been on the menu. She says like 6 weeks or something. So she called it out. So she kind of messed up on that.
I mean, she caught it after the
Right.
fact, but I think Chef Ramsay was like,
Right.
no, you need to look over it first
and read it.
and then check Marino.
Right. I love though Christina because she was doing too much. Christina.
She was killing
chef.
me.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
she?
And it was like
Say
weird because
something
like you
smart
can't like I couldn't say. I'm like, excuse me, chef.
I know you guys were so polite with her, and
when
she's like, I'm working.
she's like
sorry.
she's a very intimidating.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm
And she's,
intimidated
like,
just
a beast
watching.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So
Yo.
it's more. It's like. It's definitely like a respect thing. 'Cause
Sure.
It's just like
Sure.
I can't like I know you're fucking with me right
Right,
now, but it's
right.
like I still can't be, you know. So
Yeah.
Kristen said something kind of like snarky to her, and she said something to Kristen. Or
Well,
was it-
she
it
was
was
just
Kristen,
she just
was
kept
like, watch
going
yourself.
about
She
it.
said
Yeah,
something,
because
and
she was like,
watch yourself.
"Is this done right? Oh, okay."
She was like, "Need more salt, I need more this,"
She
and
was
she
like,
like, what did she say?
you
Because
please
they
stop?
bleeped
Yeah, they bleep
something.
it out.
And she
They
said,
did bleep
She's
it
like,
out.
you better
"Do
watch.
something," and then
You
she
better
said,
watch yourself.
It was
Yeah.
an expletive, of course.
Yeah.
But which one? We don't know. Bottom line is she was like, watch your back.
We
and
all
watch yourself.
busted out
Doing
laughing.
too much. That was hilarious because she was on the show. She was like our second guest on the show, and I could tell she doesn't play. Like she just has that presence. Like don't play. So I can see Kristen doing that and just going overboard. And she's like, all right, time out. Let's go. Back over there.
I mean,
got
we knew
this.
she didn't play
Right.
after Jackie. Like she was like, who made this?
She did.
The fucking list. Like she was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
I remember that. Jackie, where you at? We need to talk to you about that. Yeah. All right. So
Jackie.
Ashley is next, and so she ends up getting some risotto that was under.
I'll take one of those too.
She said it was good, but of course, it's not, where it's supposed to be. And Ashley seemed to be the one that struggled the most out of everybody. Chef Ramsay kind of pulls her to the side, and
another
she starts
emotional moment.
crying, which she's done before on
It's
the
really
show.
sweet though.
He was comforting her, and he was letting her know. But my thing is,
I mean, he is a father. Like he's not
Right.
always like
Yeah.
a mean,
exactly,
angry
exactly,
chef. Like,
exactly.
And when you're in the top three, I mean, I don't think
I mean, you
you've
shouldn't
been
be crying.
weeded out now at the point where it's the top three.
Right.
But to me, that would make him be like less nice about it. Like
You would think,
yeah,
right?
yeah, like you're top three. Like, what's the issue right now?
Right.
What's the issue?
Suck it up.
She bounced
Yeah,
back,
like-
but it was a little too late. Last week, I was rooting for her because I was like, I'm going to root for the underdog, and I hope she doesn't have another emotional moment.
I knew
and
she
when I
would.
saw
I
it, I
called
was
it.
like, low-key, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I was
little nose
hoping
job.
it didn't, but...
Well, because in those scenes where you see Ashley calling out to you, trying to get an update on the timing for that, and then they cut to you and you're just like you're busy working. In those moments like that, is it just editing for that, or is it just you're caught up and you don't actually hear it for some reason? You're just distracted, or
I'm not really sure because I was drinking when I watched the episode, so I don't exactly remember
love when you whisper it like
that
we're in the
part. I don't remember that part exactly.
But I can imagine if somebody whoever's running the pass is calling out for times, nobody's deliberately ignoring them, are they? They're just kind of wrapped up in what they're doing.
I mean, probably. I mean, I don't know. I would have to really watch it, but like I might have like if I was annoyed because she kept asking me like over and over, I might have just been ignoring her because I just told you 2 minutes. You can't fucking count. At 1 minute now, it's been 60 seconds. Like
Exactly.
so, if it was like a circumstance like that, I might have just been ignoring her. But just like her asking me for a time, I don't think.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, then she didn't respond to you a good amount of time too.
Yeah, there was plenty of times. She just, I mean, the whole thing is, it was just overall when looking at, and we know editing, we know how these shows work, and you don't see everything just like there's things cut out. But it seemed like when it's you and Kristen, it seemed like you were a level above her,
Yeah.
and when it came to this particular part of the challenge. Bottom line. And so, especially the fact that she broke down and just seemed like she couldn't hang. And for me, if I'm Chef Ramsay, I'm looking at all of that. I'm like, if you can't hang with this, how are you going to run a restaurant?
Right.
Plus, you got daddy's restaurants. You'll be good.
Right.
I mean that was, and I could, like her and I had a conversation about it. And I said to her, I'm like, I wasn't trying to be mean and like make fun of you because you work for your fathers. Like that's a great blessing. Like I hope one day not that they want to. I will force my children to work for my company. Like, that's how it should be.
Right.
I'm like, but my issue is really like for you to come in a competition like this where it's like Chef Ramsay is giving an opportunity to somebody who isn't a head chef or hasn't run a restaurant.
Right.
So just because you don't want to speak up to your fathers or just like leave or whatever the situation is, yeah, like it's something that like you need to deal with internal. It's like your own emotional battle that you need to separate yourself from your family. You can't come on the show and ask Gordon Ramsay to relieve you of your family. That's like your own personal shit.
Right.
Like this opportunity is for somebody who is strong enough and just hasn't had the chance yet or hasn't had the opportunity or is still working towards the opportunity, but going on the show, winning would be like just like jump in, like, you know what I mean, pass and go and collect the $250,000.
Right. No, you made a great point. You made a great point. And I think that's also something to take in consideration when you're looking at that. And I think that played with her and her performance, you know, ultimately. So, and then her black.
I didn't know what was happening.
Yo, Frank, really?
He literally leaned into
like,
the mic.
I know he did that purposely.
Close up like an armpit waxing.
It was like so loud. Oh my gosh.
Scared,
Oh my
Frank.
gosh. We need to hurry up and wrap this up so we can really eat
Yeah, I know.
and get it cracking. All right, so it comes down to the last three. So they're, you know, you guys are discussing kind of, you know, well, I think you say there's no deliberation because there's nobody going to be voted. So it's just literally a situation where you're discussing kind of, you know, do you deserve to be here? Who deserves to be here better?
But I did like because when they start up and they're like, well, I don't want to go. Well, I don't want to go. Like, who at this point is going to say, you know what? I'm done, guys. I'm
I'm
really.
gonna let you guys go. Like I really didn't see I wanted to be top three. Now, that's what I wanted. Yeah, that's all I wanted. Wanted top three. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a moot point. Excuse me, but I think you know what.
You see, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
You didn't have to say anything. I corrected myself. I corrected myself.
She was feeling the Haitian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to end. It's not going to end.
And then freaking Steven. Like, I swear.
What if he would have pulled up the definition on the screen?
Right, I know. All right, thank you, Steven. Appreciate it. Anyway, you guys are discussing, you guys are kind of, you know, stating your claim, why you need to be here, all of that kind of situation. You get called out, and of course, it's the top three. He's got 2 screens, and then it's time for you guys to plead your case to Chef Ramsay. You do all of that. The first person that ends up on the screen is Kristen, right? Kristen's like, she does her thing.
I mean, we have, like, I'm hoping for that exact look that she just did. We'll have a 2-shot because that was what we look forward to every episode with her reaction.
Oh, yeah. So my question is,
you knew it wasn't going to be you and
the world,
Ashley.
though, like the Fox Hell's Kitchen Twitter.
Oh, really?
Like, it's just like,
yeah.
They have the best meat.
like the faces that they show me.
And you guys give it to them. I mean, you give them ammunition, really, to be honest. But it's great. What was I just want to get you're sitting there, obviously, you know only 2 can make it.
You know you're one.
Right. So the name comes on the screen, or the picture comes on the screen, and then it's not you. So at that moment, what are you thinking?
I'm just like, of course, it's Kristen.
Yeah.
Of course, like, just to, like, ice her own cake.
Right.
I felt like from like the first episode, she was like, she got a crown on her head, like so it, like, to me it was just like, why'd you have to put, whether it was me or Ashley, like put the other person's phrase before Kristen's because she just thinks that she's shit.
Just,
you know, like, I'll send you an autograph. Like, what? So, sit down.
We saw that tweet.
Yes.
So that was just, and you know, it's not like, again, it's not about an attitude. It's not about anything to me except for the fact that, like, you should be humbled to have this experience. It's not about you becoming a fucking celebrity. It's about you having an opportunity that the majority of chefs do not get.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what this shit is about. So, like, that's why I was just like, I felt like Chef Ramsay was like always putting me in my place. Anytime I was like, oh, like I'm doing pretty good, it was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
just to put you in your place.
Which is it's good, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like for her, her thing was, I have to be humble, I have to be humble, I have to be humble. Like she would say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could say
She would
what you
say
want to
that,
say.
yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
We all actions speak louder than words.
Actions always speak louder than words, and just saying it doesn't mean anything. And I think for her, she wanted to say it to try to believe that that's what she was doing.
She's convincing herself.
Right.
It's like my dad used to say, like, "Are you lying to me? Or are you lying to yourself?"
Right.
Who-
Think
who-
about it.
who-
Think about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like, who do you need to
Exactly.
believe what you're
That's
saying?
good. I'm going to use that for my son.
Yeah.
He's only 2.5. I asked him today, I'm like, did you get in trouble at school? Because he's been getting in trouble at school. Anyway,
shoot.
I digress.
Hit him with that
But
line.
the way you feel with Chef Ramsay when it comes down on you, do you just take it as like, clearly he sees something in me, and so he's just going to push me harder because he knows I can take it, I can do it, and I'm going to grow from it.
For sure. And that's like always how I've kind of like looked. Like I can't really work under a chef who I don't respect to that level. Like if I don't feel like you're the type of human being or chef or teacher who can see something in somebody and know how to nurture it, then like I really don't want to work for you at all. So like I know I'm the kind of person that can be pushed and needs to be pushed and should be pushed. So like anytime he's like, I'm disappointed in you, I'm like, I would literally be like, fuck, like I'm gonna, like at a normal job I'd be like, I'm going to cry in the walk-in. Like that's what we do when we're like ashamed. Then you come out and act like nothing happened.
Right,
like what?
right.
Whatever, right?
Obviously.
Shake it off.
Ships with them braids.
I was waiting for that comment to come. Waiting.
Oh
I was
my
hoping it was
gosh,
going to come.
hilarious. All right, so it's down to the last screen, right? It is between Ariel and Ashley, and comes up, and then it's, and I see a little black face. I was like,
no, you saw the black hands first. You saw the arms. It started from the bottom.
I was like, it's Ariel, yay! So Ariel is in the top 2, ladies and gentlemen, yay!
Like we had any doubt. I mean, Lem had doubts because he was never behind
I
you.
was legit going to be mad if you were not.
I mean, it was definitely applause. It was definitely it's fun. Honestly, this is like kind of emotional, but it's funny to me. Like when I was younger, my stepfather, who like is like my biggest fan, he passed away 2 years ago. But like I was little, and I mean, I don't know if you guys just like, I think things just come full circle. Like nothing is a coincidence. So when I was younger, we would like pull up to my school, and he's like, and the crowd goes crazy. Do like a fake applause thing. So like it was just like the whole like experience was just surreal for me because it's like he was like having a premonition.
He
I was
already
like,
knew.
and you know, and it was like for so many years, I'm like, people see things that I never saw, and so like watching myself on the show, I'm like, oh, like I kind of see it. I still not there yet, but like I kind of see it. And like my friends like leave comments like, we're so proud of you, like you know, like you've come really far and you've worked really hard, and I'm like, oh, like I didn't know other people knew like I was like really like working this hard to like do something with my life.
Nobody can get in the way what's for you and what's meant for you is for you. So
that's crazy. That's a dope story, and I appreciate sharing that. I mean, I think ultimately it's I agree with everything coming full circle, and I think once you kind of put and you're set and it's meant for you to do, then you're going to do it. It's going to happen. Whether you know you end up winning Hell's Kitchen or not, you know you take this experience and then you take it to the next level. You know,
it's already
with
awesome.
Else. Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
like even like being on Twitter, like people are like, oh, like you did this, you did that, and I'm like, the fact that like I can inspire someone else is like the craziest thing
that
ever.
impact alone.
It's like crazy. Like my favorite quote is like, be the person you always needed when you were growing up.
I love that.
And it's
a great
like,
quote.
I'm
Or
like,
be the change you want to see.
Right.
yeah.
It got sensitive all of a sudden.
Well, I was
Do you
like,
need me to
I
take a
got
bite?
so
I know,
excited because even when you were here, like doing this in our, like, I guess, quote unquote kitchen that we have here at AfterBuzz, she said everything. I'm like, it's like my dream to like be around chefs. I'm like, what can I do? What is this? Is the oven at the right temperature? Do I need to like cut bread? She's like, oh, my brother can do it. I was like, okay.
I'll just sit here.
I know, but it's so fun to watch someone in their element, especially someone like me who loves food and you know, and highly respects someone like you who's so great at this. And so it's been so fun to watch you on the show because I feel like everyone on the show is like, oh, I grew, and you're like you and Kristen who made it to the end. And you're like. Basically, I'm just good. I've been good this whole time. You're like, I learned a lot, but you know, but basically, you guys have been good the whole time. So I think the two, and I'm like, girl power too. Like the two who have made it to the end. Actually, 3 who made it to the bottom 3. Like, it's so great and like you said, inspirational for everybody to see, especially like, you know, from a woman's perspective. And like you said, working in kitchens, you've worked in kitchens that were majority all male, right?
I mean, most kitchens are
right.
Like I've worked in restaurants that are like all men.
Yeah.
Really?
Like I was
That's crazy.
somewhere earlier. Like the first restaurant I worked in, it was kind of like, yeah, sure, like you can come in here with your little cute petite self. Like we'll see what you can do.
Did you have the
and I'm into like carrying back potatoes, keep bringing the whole lamb in by myself. I'm like asking my chef to teach me how to break down like whole animals.
Like it's nothing.
And so it's like, you know, some women work in the kitchen and they're like happy doing I don't want this to come like I love my best friend is a pastry chef, but like they're happy just doing like pastry or charcuterie or pantry, making salads, whatever the case may be, because they don't really necessarily want it to be a career. But to me, I was always like, I want to be better than the boys. Like, like you can like hit the jackhammer that high. Like I want to do that too. So
I love it.
That's just like.
Word.
Well, one question, because I know you're saying that you can't work for somebody you don't respect that's not going to push you and nurture you. So even though, as Chef Ramsay said, there, I mean, you guys right from the jump were really strong. But during your time there with Chef Ramsay, what did he nurture in you, or how did he push you to like so that by the time you finished up Hell's Kitchen, what did you see? How did you grow?
I mean, it's just kind of like I just felt like he knew that like I could always do better than my last dish. You know what I mean? And he could see like when I was like getting too comfortable or like cooking from a comfortable place versus like pushing myself a little bit. And like those days, like he would be like, this was okay.
Like, knowing because your potential
gets a 4,
is,
you get a 3.
Exactly.
Like he would do that like on purpose. I feel like. So yeah, and then also just like always like in terms of like the stations they would put me on, like he would never like I don't think I was ever in the same station twice. Like some people kind of like were in the same station twice, and I feel like he could see like if I got comfortable somewhere, like switch it up really quickly.
He was really
that's what I loved about
I
loved that about this episode was you could see everyone kind of went to every single station, and it was really cool.
Purposely.
I do want to do a quick question from our chat. So they want to know. I think it's on the website too. But what's your signature dish?
My signature dish was shishoushka.
Shishoushka.
Which
tell
if
us
you're
what
in
that
LA,
is.
they serve it at Republic. I just saw it on the menu. I'm like,
Shishoushka.
that for me. Yeah. Shishoushka is like a Mediterranean, like West African, Northern African, Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
I mean, no, because they have it like from like Morocco over.
Compton.
Morocco.
So what's in it though?
Okay, well I tried to save it because Northern Africa. Because I said West and I was like, okay. Anyway, Northern Africa, Middle Eastern. Fuck you too. It's like a stewed tomato dish with like poached eggs. So like tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic. You crack the eggs on top, put them under the salamanders. So they like just sat. You could put feta cheese in it. You could put meat in it if you want.
There's a name for that.
Israel, so
for Italians make it, and it's eggs in hell, but I don't remember what the translation is. But that's what they call it for Italians. We call it eggs in hell. It's very poetic.
Poetic.
I should have called it that for Hell's Kitchen. It would have been like
yeah. What you know about that? But I think that's dope. So Ashley's eliminated. You know, and top 2. Top 2.
Wow,
Kristen.
Really?
I mean, you know, what do you say? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was not surprised by any means. And to me, to be honest, I think she did deserve to be in the top 3, but I definitely didn't think she deserved to be in the top 2 by any stretch of the imagination. And realistically, from what we saw, and you know, I'm sure you can attest to that, I didn't think she was made for it. She wasn't made for it.
She did her thing. She
got as far as
she could. And now she can go back to her dad and be like...
Yeah, 3rd place. There it is.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any need to do predictions because if we say we want Kristen to win, then the food is going to get taken away.
Yes.
We won't get any of it.
Wait, but I have a question.
So.
Yeah.
So, do you talk to any of the other chefs? Are you cool with any of the other chefs?
I love that he's laughing.
Jackie and I were cool, but I'm kind of upset with her because she should have had an interview with you guys. And
she should have.
This is the second time.
Yeah.
So that's upsetting for me, especially like from Jersey. Like we're supposed to be like have a backbone and like you know our word is our bond. So she kind of. Anyway.
Yeah.
Ashley and I talk quite a lot. Vanessa's here in LA, so me and her have like hooked up. We've gotten together. I don't know how to make it not sound weird because that sounded weird, but we've like watched the show together before. We've talked, we texted a few times.
She was
like,
very nice.
Yeah.
She was for sure.
She was nice on the show.
I liked her.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than that,
what about Frank?
Honestly. No, to be honest, Frank and I were like texting for a while, and like it was cool. And I think that like the way he was portrayed on the show, maybe he was a little bit embarrassed and kind of just like, I didn't realize he got fired.
Yeah.
Like,
Did he text it all caps?
He got fired?
Yeah, he got the military, like, well, from his position that he had, he like got like demoted because of like the way he talked about women or whatever on the show, which to me was crazy just because like me and him were like cool, we were vibing. Maybe it's the East Coast thing because he's from the East Coast and like I don't care if you're sexist, racist, whatever your issue is, like that shit doesn't affect me. So
but also,
as a woman, I never was like it should, but like he never like said anything anything to he was never like, you said Frank when you talk to me, because he knows I would have been like, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
So it was like.
But you can't pick and choose who you want to be like that with at the end of the day.
Well, he's one of those people. He's gonna push, but if he doesn't think he can like, he wouldn't say that to Danny.
Exactly.
He wouldn't have said that to Jackie. He wouldn't have said that to anybody.
He said it to who's
you know what I mean?
weak.
So he's like one of those people that he like prays on other.
Oh, yeah.
You
So
know,
you
like
didn't
when
have
you
to pull his
he's like.
DD, whatever
Yeah,
card.
He's like a bully.
Right.
But like I said, him and I were texting.
Right.
It was like cool. Like we all kind of like chat here and there.
Right.
I mean,
Oh,
There
that
it
sucks
is.
to hear that, but I guess.
but yeah.
I don't feel bad
You-
because
you
you know
reap
what?
what you
Person like Kristen never
You reap what
hits
you
me
sow.
up.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Well, the bottom line is you were here and you're in the top two. And that's what's going down. That's what matters. So you got to tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, to see if Ariel takes it. I don't know, but I'm rooting for her. I want her to.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, I know, right. I
And
mean,
we're not just sitting there
I'm
because the
saying.
food is right in front of us.
I know, exactly.
No, she showed improved.
But ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show. We want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Make sure you comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about Ariel. And if you're rooting for her, if you're not, then you suck. Just saying. I've been your host, Gonsalves. You can find me always at The Poet Saint. Rhavin, where can they find you?
Hey, it's your girl Rhavin with the B here. You can find me at B Stays Busy, BIZZY. Make sure you check out our new AfterBuzz website. It's pretty
Yes.
dope.
Yeah.
Give us 5 stars on YouTube and
iTunes.
subscribe. Oh, give us 5 stars on iTunes and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And give us the thumbs up on YouTube as well. So I am Maria Provenzano. You can find me at Maria Provenzano on Twitter, and all my information will be there.
Yep.
There you go. You follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie, and folks, don't be Haitian. Let's love each other.
Some people can't help it. They were
You know
born
what?
there.
Ariel, real quick, where can they find you if they want to look you
You
up?
can find me at Chef Ariel Malone on Instagram and on Twitter. I don't know why I'm looking at you guys, but you all follow me already.
Yeah.
So Instagram on Twitter, Chef Ariel Malone, and
There it is.
Vote for Ariel.
Yeah.
Vote.
yeah, this isn't what is that? American Idol.
Right. You
I know,
can't
I was
vote.
like,
Imagine if they did like America's Chef and
Dial
like
in.
people got to vote.
That would be
That would
crazy.
be amazing.
Maybe on the next one. Maybe on the
you
next
just
one.
pitched a
No,
show.
because then they might be
Oh,
getting
shoot.
rid of wrong
I
people.
know.
Well, it's on camera though, so they can't
Ladies and
steal
gentlemen, we
my-
thank you. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.